Hey guys, Maria Athena here, and today is Veda number 5, which is vlogging every day in April number 5. And what I want to talk to you guys about is the book that I'm reading in my spare time. You might have heard of it because it's very famous and it's a winner of the Pulitzer Prize. It's To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. And this is a book that if you are from the US or if you went through the American education system, you may have had to cover this in school. I covered it in, I think, ninth grade, but I'm not sure if it's mandatory in all schools. I know I went to a private school and it was mandatory for us, but um, this is a book that, we covered, but I only faintly remember. And so what I'm doing now, now that I'm older and it's been several years since I covered this, I'm going back and I'm reading through pretty much all of the main books that we covered in high school that I didn't get to dedicate as much time to as I would have liked. And so these books include, 1984, Fahrenheit 451, we'll just say George Orwell in general. Other main works of English literature, certain works of Shakespeare. And I think this is partially because of the experience that I've had in college with my English major, which is that, we covered Beowulf and we covered some of the other main things that I remember, we touched upon in high school. But learning them more in depth at the collegiate level has been so insightful. And it's something that I really enjoy doing. And I also, I'm an advocate of reading a book and then, waiting several years and reading that same book again. I know one of the main books that had a profound impact on me the second time I read it versus the first time was The Diary of Anne Frank. And, I said in a recent video that Anne Frank actually was one of the 5 people who had a really great impact on my life. And I mean, see, now I'm going into a different topic, but now I kind of want to talk about Anne Frank's impact on my life. But as a writer, I've kept diaries from when I was a kid, and they're consistent. I have so many different diaries. As a writer, I keep notes, and if you can see, some of my notes are up on the bulletin board over here. Those are not all of them. Those are only a couple. The red ones, fun fact, are notes on a documentary having to do with my bachelor project. So that's that's how I organize myself. No, I have detailed notes and detailed organizations and stuff, but that's just how those notes happen to be positioned in my room. But one thing that happened the second time I read Anne Frank was I basically reworked my entire diary system, the things that I wrote about, the way I reflected on things, and the overall narration of my life changed significantly. And I think that was really, really helpful. And this, that's just one example is with Anne Frank. But with other books, not to say that Anne Frank is just a book, but with other topics or other stories that I covered in high school that never really had a profound impact on me then, seem to have more profound impacts on me now. I know I've done, as I'm talking a lot on my first channel about stereotypes and prejudice, and as I live in Germany as a foreigner, I've been coming more and more in touch with certain topics of racism and certain instances. Not saying that super racist things have happened to me, but that's something that I'll have to talk about at some other point. But I've become more and more interested in race and bias and culture and the lines between cultures, and that's something that as I'm reading To Kill a Mockingbird, it really is, it's surprising, it's overwhelming how in a short span of time America could have been so different, just in how people treated one another. publicly, and how, some of the problems that are mentioned in this book having to do with racism still exist today. And it's really, mind-boggling to think about some of the things that happened in the past that were kind of unaffecting us in the past, but then now they seem so significant. And, like I said, like as they were happening, we didn't think anything of them. But, I am really interested in history, and I think it's really important to look back at the past and look at the things that moved you and challenged you, and not to forget the past. And I think a great way to remember the past is through reading, books, historical texts, rereading things from your childhood, re-looking at pictures, things like that, so that you can kind of become a more well-rounded person and a more knowledgeable on human history, human interaction, things like that. But yeah, I didn't really talk so much about this book as just kind of the feelings that I get from it, and then obviously my tangent with Anne Frank. But it's definitely a book that I would recommend, especially if you were looking to better your English. It's like I said, we read it in ninth grade. The reading level is not too difficult. However, there are some, there's a lot of slang, incorrect grammar in the speech of the characters, which is, obviously due to the region that they are from, or which appears to be from the region that they were from. I don't want to say obviously, because I haven't strictly analyzed that region speech in comparison to other regions through books based in the same time and setting. But yeah, so generally, if you're looking to improve your English, I would say this is an important book to read, and it's not too difficult a read, vocabulary-wise and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, I think that's it for today. Today was kind of just a more rambling video, but I'll stay more on topic other days. Yeah, and if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, just write it down in the comment section, and I'll see if those will be good video topics, and I'll talk about them. Okay, bye!